incredible match here. What we have is TSM Myth alongside Hamlinz, also from TSM's official competitive team, versus Ninja, along with his duo partner, Hysteria. Ninja and Hysteria, everybody should know who Ninja is. This guy's popular as heck. Ninja and Hysteria together had for a long-standing time the duo win streak record. Very long time. I'm actually not even sure if it has been beaten yet, but it was incredibly long. Ninja coming off of a little bit of a wonky thing. He got to disconnect the last game, but his opponents were good sports and allowed him to go ahead and remake the match, and they went in and crushed it. So maybe the good sports maybe felt a little bit regretful for that decision, but they'll be able to hold their head held high and keep their head held high and just have a clear conscience, knowing it was a fair fight. Going to this match, though, Hysteria, while he had that record with Ninja, he's always been kind of like on the shadow of Ninja. He really wants to make a prove a point that he actually is very good and can hold his own. Ninja himself is somebody who is so popular that he wants to continue proving that he deserves that popularity in the skill region at the very least. On the other side, Hamlinz and Myth getting kills already. Guys, part of the TSM Pro squad. These guys are two, they officially are pro players. While Ninja and Hysteria typically are more of like focused on streaming and just playing the game, having fun, going for records. Myth and Hamlinz are gearing themselves to be professional players, actual professional players. So they really want to prove here that they can be very dominant, be very good, be at the top of the food chain here. These guys, both squads, or both duos here, I should say, are really experienced with each other. Like I said, Ninja and Hysteria have done a lot of work doing the duo win record. So, of course, they've played duos a lot. Now they've developed synergy. Hamlinz and Myth, they scrims all the time together. So they definitely have a lot of synergy as well, know exactly how each other plays. Myth going in, getting some kills himself. How this format goes, how this format plays out for this tournament here. $20,000 in the total prize pool, $10,000 to the victor. This is losers quarterfinals. So actually the winner of this match is guaranteed at least third place. So they're guaranteed the money because the only money payout is first, second, third place. So they need to win this money. This match is for the money. Nice kill there by Hamlinz. Instant elimination. This is a squads lobby, so that means that that person no longer has any squad mates, but there's probably more people around the environment here. In fact, all four members of this team landed around Pleasant Park. So all four are stacked up in Pleasant. Of course, Myth and Hamlinz are, but also Hysteria and Ninja are in the same environment. But right now, the kill count going in favor of TSM boys at 4-2 total. Yeah, Myth is somebody that a lot of people have been regarding as the best player when the game came out. Certainly showed signs of being the best player. He had the longest, most solo wins. I believe he might have been the first to 1,000 total. A lot of people also regard Ninja to be the best player. And a lot of these times in the exhibitions, charity events, etc., Ninja's been coming out on top over Myth. Of course, this isn't a solo experience. We'll actually go over to Hamlinz per review because he's fighting just gets the instant elimination too. So it's a solo straggler player, but another quick kill for the team. But yeah, Myth has been getting the just losing out towards Ninja in all these events. This is the first time Myth has faced Ninja in a duos event, from my understanding. An actual professional level duos event, not counting the Pro-Am charity event from E3. The one, of course, that Myth did end up winning that as well. Ninja did. I apologize. I don't know why I said Myth. Just looking at Myth's screen myself right now, checking out something he was doing. But Ninja won that event with Marshmallow as being the AM. Ninja, the pro. Hysteria landing some good shots off the enemy in the distance in the water. Straggling around. Does get the knock. So he's going to need to finish that off, though, for the kill credit. Because the knock isn't enough. You need to get the kill credit as well. Yeah, at the end of 2 games, they tally up all the kills for each duo. And whichever duo had the most overall kills is the victor. We'll go into a tiebreaker map if they're tied at the end of game 2. But It's extremely rare. Almost always one team's the victor at the end of the game too. This is a Friday Fortnite competition. It's basically weekly actually. It's run by UMG Events as well as Keemstar heads up as well. $20,000 prize pool. That's a lot. So this isn't part of the official Epic Games Fortnite World Cup that had the $100 million in the total prize pool across the year and stuff that they announced. But still, $20,000, $10,000 to the winner. That's a good amount of money. That's a lot. That will pay numerous months worth of rent. How many months, of course, depends on where you live and how fancy of a location. Both teams are very doing a good job of sticking together. That's a good thing to see in a regular squads match. More likely than not, these players are skilled enough that they're going to go ahead and end up winning this game. It's highly unlikely that all 4 players will fail or fall before the end. Myth actually getting in the thick of things a little bit. Getting some kills there with Hamlinz nearby. Hamlinz and Myth roaming into Tilted Towers faster than Hysteria and Ninja did. Hysteria and Ninja got caught up a little bit trying to get that kill around Loot Lake. And meanwhile, Myth and Hamlinz roaming into Tilted Towers. Myth in a tough spot there. Takes a lot of damage, very weak. We'll see if he can clutch this out. Another person comes around the corner, and Myth had no idea. Got shotgunned right in the face, but shout outs to Hamlinz, who's right there to help clean up. Or it might have been Hysteria. It's hard to tell who quite got that kill. I didn't see it. Nevertheless, they're able to get that revive. Of course, with the rules set for this tournament, if you're disrupting the enemy duo that's in your squad with like a boogie bomb or impulse grenade to get them off the mountain or something like that, that you are disqualified. But while you're not allowed to hinder the opponent, if they're already knocked from the enemy, random players in the lobby, you don't really need to revive them either. So Hysteria, while Hamlinz had to prioritize reviving Myth there to make sure he has his duo partner in case another team runs up or something of that sort, Hysteria then instead had the free reign. He went ahead and looted up everything himself. Even still, Myth has a good loadout. It's fair enough. Would like to upgrade that AR, of course, but there's plenty of loot up here. I'm sure he'll be able to do so. Grabs the scar. Perfect. His loadout was fine before. It is fantastic now, I'd say. He's going to save the med kit in case he goes out and gets hit by the zone. He might have to. He only has that as a recovery option. It's highly unlikely that he will use that just for the 25 HP. Overall, Ninja and Hysteria's team is looking a lot healthier. Hysteria is sitting at a clean 200. Ninja at 125. Myth and Hamlinz are both at effectively 100 HP right now, and they only have medkits, so they're not going to be able to be getting much healthier. And with that said, too, Ninja and Hysteria have the advantage. They're up in the lead a little bit here. Go ahead and switch to Ninja's perspective. They're up in the lead a little bit. They're able to get priority on any enemies they might find and roam into. Hamlinz cut off to the right, Ninja and Hysteria cutting off to the left there towards the northeast. So it looks like they're going to split off and fork off a little bit. TSM going to the south towards the safe zone immediately. Play a little bit safer. While Ninja and Hysteria are going to try to figure out this fight right here outside the safe zone, but try to get the clean kill-ups really fast. Nice kill by Ninja. It was a solo player. Still, that's 1 point on the board. Overall tally is 8 points to Ninja and Hysteria. 7 points to TSM, the Myth and Hamlinz duo. So it's a very close game, neck and neck. 1 point advantage to Ninja and Hysteria here. This is game 1 of 2, guaranteed. Potential infinite, if they always infinitely tie each other. But we'll pray to the gods that this does end in 2, maybe 3 games, so we can have a nice night of sleep following. Can't imagine myself living the rest of my life commentating this one tournament. As fun as it is, there's plenty of other tournaments to commentate ahead of us. Myth is actually running into an enemy player right now, an enemy team, along with Hamlinz. Hamlinz getting a lot of really good shots off from the top, using that thermal scoped AR with a very drastically different angle from Myth, which is a credible advantage, especially with them being at the high ground. Amazing shot, finishing off that team that is getting shot at by another team. That was an instant elimination, which means that there's another squad somewhere about. He's getting shot at over from that blue L building. Myth going down, actually. He was just laser beamed from the side, completely exposed. He might get thirsted here. We'll see if Hamlinz can protect him a little bit. Hamlinz going into the double shotgun loadout. Very good. The meta, very effective. Gets one of the knocks. That's good. Myth still alive for now. See if Hamlinz can go and save him. Hamlinz can finish this off as a solo and experience, but obviously you're better off if you have both members of your squad up. Oh, and while that was happening, Ninja was taken out. In the meantime, I didn't even realize that happened. Ninja was taken out so fast while we're focusing on TSM. So much going on. They're on different locations of the map. Hard to cover it all. So Hysteria and a solo experience here. Ninja taken out. 8 kills total still for Ninja and Hysteria's team. They're behind now to the 11 of TSM, so they're going to need to get at least 3 more kills to tie it up going into game 2. Hysteria, perfectly capable of doing so, trying to get one of those kills right now as we speak. The advantage certainly is in the TSM side right now. Hamlinz just going in, going with those shotguns, securing some kills for this team. Overall kill count is 12 for TSM, still only 8 for Hysteria Ninja, falling behind. Especially with Hysteria being in the same general area as the TSM team, it's going to be really hard for him to secure these kills. With 2 guns, more likely than not, that's going to get the kill than a single gun, but Hysteria still, nevertheless, getting a kill onto the board for himself. Hamlinz and Myth still scouting the area, trying to see if they can find any kind of kills, gain more points for their team. Hysteria just going for it. You gotta roam. Right now, you don't have time to sit around and be patient. You have to be aggressive. You're down on kills. You're the only person left. These guys are going to be following you up, and more likely than not, if you're there right next to you, they're going to be getting the kills. 2 guns to 1. Oh, 2 people lined up. If collaterals were possible, that would have been a moment for it. Try to get that rocket off. Does do so. And gets both of those kills for Hysteria. Great job. Great decision from him. So now 11 kills for Hysteria Ninja. 13 for Myth and Hamlinz. So Hysteria closing the gap a little bit there. Down only by 2 kills. There are 8 potential points left on the lobby here. See what they can get. Reminder, these are enemy players. These are players queuing to lobbies just like you would in squads. They're all trying to do their best to get the wins themselves. These aren't just bots that they're running into. These are other live human beings that they're trying to farm kills for points. Hamlinz getting a knock really well. Hysteria trying to find his way in here to try to get these shots off. Enemy players are boxing themselves in. Hysteria does eliminate a player. He gets a kill to herself. So they're trading overall 1 for 1 of those kills there. 6 other players in the lobby, 6 potential points. Still down by 2 points, Hysteria and Ninja are. Ninja praying that Hysteria can do well, giving him some words of encouragement. Hamlinz very focused. Myth similarly leaning in, eyes glued on their screens here. They want every possible kill in this lobby. And while that's happening, Hysteria laying in, getting a explode kill, getting 2 in fact. He is tied up. Hysteria has tied up the game right now, even on kills. Meanwhile, Hamlinz is trying to lay in some shots at long distance. Somebody below Myth, actually. So go ahead and tune on Myth's perspective. Myth directly on top gets a knock. Finishes it off so they take the lead for themselves. Above 2 enemy players, these could be 2 more points. Should Myth close out these kills? Remember, these are other players, though, and Myth goes down, gets taken down by the other players. Likely will be finished. Let's check Hamlinz's perspective. Both Hamlinz and Hysteria are roaming in. They're trying to close the distance, trying to get there as soon as they possibly can. Try to claim those kills for their own team. Right now, it's looking like 15 to 14. Hysteria is down by 1 point with Ninja. So all of these kills matter. Oh, Hamlinz going down, was trying to push Thibaut a little bit too fast and gets knocked. There's no chance he's going to get revived by Hysteria. Definitely not. Hysteria, in fact, getting a knock. So Hysteria can slow down. They should know at this point. It's probably a team of 3. One is knocked. It's kind of like a 1v2. Finishes off the knock. Very good job by Hamlinz. Tied up the points. Wonderful. So even if Hamlinz dies, or even if Hysteria dies right now, sorry, again, the names mixed up. Even if Hysteria dies right now, going to game 2 will be completely tied up. That is huge. Hysteria clutching it up. Going to be dropping another player who does manage to catch themselves at the last moment. Trying to get a nice snipe off. He knows if these players are good enough to take down Myth and Hamlinz, these are players he definitely needs to be patient about, definitely needs to respect. These are definitely competent players here for sure. Ooh, does clean up that kill, getting himself up to 16. If the player knocks themselves, or if you cause them to fall to their death, then you can go ahead and clean up the knock and get a kill for yourself there. So it does count. Great awareness by Hysteria, knocking this other player as well, and does get the kill. Like I said, if you cause them to fall to their death, you get the kill. Hysteria clutching it up, taking a lead for the team there. 17 kills total. Getting a lead by 2. 2 points in the lead above TSM's team of Myth and Hamlinz. Myth and Hamlinz had the advantage there, but they just choked a little bit. They fell prey to those other players. It's tough to see it, but 2 kills. Both teams are definitely still in this match. Clearly because Ninja and Hysteria are 2 up in the lead. But also 2 kills isn't that much. That was the difference right there. Hysteria was down by 1 and they got a lead by 2 just from that last kind of scenario there. So at any moment in this game, either team can win. And this is the match to get them into the money. It's a big deal. Myth trying to get some retribution, try to really prove that he actually is a gamer. He actually is a competitor, very good at the game. Hamlinz bursting on the scene as well, very popular. Very entertaining individual and very quick on building and very aggressive. Very good on his shots. Ninja and Hysteria just trying to really make the money happen. To really, Hysteria proved that he's really good. Hysteria clearly doing so right there, clutching up when it counted, getting the lead back. He's already doing that work to prove himself. Ninja trying to stay on top of the food chain, really trying to keep the fans really believing on him, believing in his skill and his ability. And not only just that, but just the gamers. All 4 of these people just want to win. These are all competitive players. They just simply want to win. And why not win in one of the biggest tournaments so far for Fortnite? One of the most stacked lists of competitors, whereas today's Friday Fortnite's game. Myth just trying to figure out what his skin would be, so you might want to mix it up a bit. Same for Hamlinz. Hysteria and Ninja both took a break, then just returned. Myth deciding he might go with the away from the Skull Trooper combo and go with the one of the new skin options, which is the gas mask man with his propeller mask. Hamlinz wearing the thief costume. That's TSM colors, black and white, as you can see on the screen. Trying to steal away some kills, steal away this victory away from the enemy team who's ahead of them on points. So here we go. This will be game 2. This is the last guaranteed match between these 2 players, 2 duos, 4 players. So what we'll do for this next game is because Ninja and Hysteria are up by 2 kills from game 1, pretty much whatever the score count is in this game, we'll just add +2 to whatever Ninja and Hysteria's are, and we'll just determine who has the most kills from this game. It's essentially how you can do the quick maths yourself in your head. Be separating through. Luckily, this is a lot of the past casts for the past 2 games. At least one at least one of the players in the lobby in the game were not streaming, so it was a little difficult to really keep track of all the points, but all 4 players are streaming this time, so we'll constantly keep track of all the points. Bus moving right to left, east to west, a little bit angled, but mostly right down the middle. Looks like Ninja just wants to go off towards Fatal Fields. Hysteria following suit. Hamlinz, Myth, looking like they might go for Tilted or Pleasant Park here. They're roaming beyond Tilted, so it looks like it might be actually a Pleasant Park landing. A lot of times you'll see if a team is down by points going into game 2, they'll land tilted, which is something you won't really see people do in the first game because it's extremely risky. A lot of player population there, more so than most other places on average. But with that, while it's likely they'll die because there's so many players there, it's really hard to find gear and shielding and get set up, get ready for fights. Also, the reward is an incredibly high amount of kills on average as well located there. So if you're down on points, a lot of people like to take the higher risk. But right now, 2-point difference, it's not that much. It won't be that significant of a difference here. Just playing your game correctly and roaming correctly should do the job fine. Typically, there'll be at least one team that lands Pleasant as well. Pleasant is a little more spread out, allows them to be able to get a few more gear, a little bit more geared up going into it. Fatal Fields is looking a little bit more Pleasant as well. Not a lot of people seeming to be there. Both teams seem to so far just mostly just kind of loot up, but there are at least 2 squads here. Myth's seeing some action off in the distance. Trying to get that one-shot Magnum shot happening. Hamlinz is looking a little bit more healthy with gear right now. Not shielding, but gear-wise, weapon-wise. Now finding a shielding. Myth trying to get the kills happen. These guys really need to capitalize on these fights here. Really need to get the points loading up. Nice knock by Myth. Hamlinz coming in right now. Trying to help. Trying to provide some support. Myth went ahead and finished up. That's 1 kill on the board. So now they're only 1 kill down. Right there, closing the gap. Hamlinz trying to just figure out where the enemy is. He does find him just now. This player is holding the angle really well. That's an advantage angle, but Myth at the same time is pushing in from the side and does get the cleanup. Does get that elim. So there you go. Already, game's tied up. That's the 2 that they were down. No kills so far for Hysteria. As I say that, he's getting a knock. Does get the elim because Ninja goes ahead and snipes it for him. Cleans it up, as you can see here. Hysteria's stream is a little bit faster, a little bit closer than Ninja's. So yeah, back in the lead. Ninja, Hysteria by 1. Neck and neck still. Very close game. Opposite sides of the map. Ninja and Hysteria are off towards Fatal Fields. That's very far south middle of the map. And Myth and Hamlinz are off to the far northwest corner with Pleasant Park here. Likely, both teams will be moving towards the center point of the map. That's where you find a lot of fights, a lot more action. Myth and Hamlinz being on the west side of the map overall because the river kind of separates the map down the middle. Where there's kind of an east side and a west side. You actually can see it on Myth's stream. I was a little bit too late to switch over. Sorry. Also, still trying to do directing work while doing shoutcasting is a little bit difficult. I'm a little slow on the switch sometimes, so I apologize. Just so much happens so fast, and I don't have control of my own map. There you go. You see it. River down the middle. Separates by east and west. So Ninja and Hysteria are kind of on the east side as they actually find some action here. They'll probably just roam up through Salty up till Retail Row area and Dusty Divot. Meanwhile, Myth and Hamlinz are going to roam down towards the Tilted Towers area. Those are both locations teams are roaming towards are very popular. Highly likely they'll find plenty of kills, much like Hysteria and Ninja are doing right now. 2 quick knocks from Hysteria, well-placed shots. Finishing him off, getting a lot of kills, just wipes a squad there. Great job. 4 kills to Hysteria now. So now they're up by a few. Hamlinz will do a score recap later, getting some kills, finding a fight in Tilted Towers. Like I said before, once you get there, you'll probably find a lot of fights. These guys really need to get kills quickly, and they do. Great job by these players. Trying to find even more squads. They were able to get to Tilted fast enough that the initial drop squads still haven't even cleared each other out yet. So multiple squads still in this area of Tilted Towers. Plenty of fights to be found. Plenty of enemies to go ahead and eliminate. Get some points on the board for them. And as it stands, meanwhile, while that was happening in Dusty Divot, Ninja and Hysteria were able to find some kills for themselves. So 7 kills with Ninja and Hysteria. Remember the +2, that's essentially 9. Myth and Hamlinz are at 7 right now. They're still cleaning up even more kills. A total of 8 as it stands. They're down by 1 overall. Still a very close game. More enemies on top of the mountain. Ninja, while Hamlinz is pushing up, Myth instead. Myth, while Hamlinz is pushing up, is getting some good shots in. They're taking a jump pad over, so you might try to snipe him out of the sky. or just reposition and be ready for where they land. That seems to be what he's doing. Somebody right on top of Myth there. While Hamlin's trying to push the mountain, the other team pushed Myth. So Hamlin's going to have to backtrack, get back to them, just use their own jump pad. Now above them on the apartment building here, the small apartments, the under construction apartments. Trying to get these kills finished off. Quick shots by Hamlinz here, gets a knock. Very weak right now, though. Hamlinz in a bad spot. Might be taken down. And they are able to clean up these kills, finish off that squad wipe. Great job by Myth and Hamlinz. They're at 11 kills to their name now. 7 on Ninja and Hysteria. With that +2 we mentioned, it's essentially 11 and 9 right now. And while it's happening, Hysteria has found other players in Retail Row. One of the other locations I called earlier that they might run to. It's one of the more popular locations on the east side of the river. Trying to just lay in those grenade launcher shots to really suppress and destroy any structures the enemy team's fortifying themselves with. Missing a few of the shots. He's standing, not very accurate either. So even if he misses or lands a shot perfectly himself, the game causes some missed shots because he's not sitting still for that first shot accuracy. He's not pacing his shots very well. While this fight's happening, over at Tilted Towers, Myth is fighting people, getting a kill really quickly. Hamlinz helping up a little bit from the top. Back to Hysteria. Getting a fight still happening, going on. Trying to get some kills on the board. Still a very close game, neck to neck. Every kill right now is huge. A very massive difference right now. Every single kill. Seems like right now what they did is Hysteria clean up some kills. Great job by Hysteria. Up to 7 points now. They're at 11 total with that +2 and Ninja's 2. So Ninja will catch in right here. As we can see, Hysteria's at Retail Row. Ninja roamed off to Anarchy Acres. So they just split off from where they were at Dusty. Hysteria went ahead and went towards Retail off to the far east, while Ninja went up to the north. They just split up. They realized they were falling behind a little bit and needed to get some more kills. So they went to take a little bit bigger of a risk. Actually, something you can see right now doing with the Myth and Hamlinz right now. I'll just go ahead and let you know that, but Ninja's the one in the fight, so we'll stay on that view for right now. But yeah, all 4 team players right now. Nice snipe by Ninja right there. All 4 members of the game right now are split up. They're essentially playing solo squads to try to get as many kills as possibly they can. Try to push this tempo here, get this fight finished as soon as possible. Especially if you're in solo squads format, essentially, because you're spreading yourself out. You do not want fights to go a long time. That player got revived and then just got brought back down right away again by Ninja. But you get revived, you take a fight right away. You're at, 30 HP, so 1 shot from an AR, that range, you're down. Ninja cleaning up this fight. Very good job by Ninja there. Sitting at 11 kills total. No, 12. 7 plus 5, quick math. 12 kills total, plus that +2 going into the game, so it's 14. Looking at Hamlinz right now is looking at maybe getting into a fight around Salty. 12 kills right now for TSM boys as well. So they're down by 2 overall. Still a neck and neck game right here. TSM's going to need to find a few more kills. Remember, if they're tied up by the end of game 2, they will go into game 3. I've not yet seen myself a tiebreaker game being played. It's extremely rare. But possible. And with how close they are right now, it might actually happen. Currently roaming. All 4 players just roaming around the map. Looking around for the surroundings. Hysteria is still hovering around Retail. Likely another team will come into that area pretty soon. Hamlinz is in Retail as well right now. So right now, Hamlinz and Hysteria will likely just be trying to leech kills off of each other if any fight happens. Over at Myth, he's roaming into Tomato Town, which is also near where Ninja is. And as you can see in Ninja's perspective, he is behind on the tempo here. He has to run in towards where Myth is because of the zone. But Myth is well ahead of him. So if any fight happens, Myth has essentially first dibs on any kill that may happen. Tough situation. Everybody just constantly roaming, trying to find any fight they can possibly get into, getting any kill they possibly can. Every kill is huge right now. Teams are only separated by 2 total. Ninja and Hysteria still have the lead by 2, of course. Ninja actually realized he was behind on the tempo, so he decided to go ahead and just leave where he was and go towards Dusty Divot instead. Very smart decision not to just follow behind Myth's path there, because any kill that Myth finds, Ninja just wouldn't be able to get any kind of a grasp on. So Myth is going to roam over towards the Connexes here, off your Tomato Town, see if anybody's coming in from Welling Woods or Longley Lodge. Statistically, a lot of players come in from those locations will be not the best of players, so it should be a little bit easier kills. Of course, that's by statistics, by tendencies. Any really good skilled player could be there. I mean, just finding a fight himself, so we'll switch to him. Outside Dusty Divot, one of the newer locations added to the map. Hamlinz finding a fight as well. Going right into the fight here. We'll go and switch to his view. Getting some really good shots on an instant kill there. So he goes in and finishes off that fight. 7 kills to his name. Back to Ninja. He actually went ahead and finished off that team as well at the exact same time. Can't possibly cover all the fights as they're happening at the exact same time on the screen, but man, this is still neck and neck. Difference on these teams is 1 now. TSM Boys sitting at 14. Ninja and Hysteria sitting at 13, but with that +2 leading to game 1, because from game 1 leading into game 2, they're at essentially 15. So they're still in the lead by 1 kill. Ninja's trying to get a gatekeeping going on, kill somebody that's in the zone. He does just slightly get the kill. So this problem with trying to kill somebody in the zone might actually kill them if you get them weak there. So it's a little bit tough, but what else you can do? You find somebody in the zone, they're going to be easy targets. Switching over to Myth right now, he actually found a fight of his own. See if he can clutch this out, get a quick few kills. Nice building there by Myth to cover that gap. That was very impressive, very slick moves by him. A lot of people regarded him, a nice knock there. A lot of people regarded Myth as for the longest time being the best player in the game. A lot of people have their questions now because he hasn't shown up a lot in a lot of the tournaments as of late. But even if you don't regard him as being the best overall player as he's cleaning up these 2 players here, nevertheless, people still regard him as being one of the best builders, if not the best builder. So Myth, having that kind of skill set, landing some really good shots on him, positioning perfectly, cleaning up basically a 1v2 in that situation. Tuning into Hamlinz, also on the same team, roaming around, trying to find as many fights as he can. He might have actually found somebody based on how he's building, or he might be just keeping a bird's eye view. This is actually incredibly close. There are only 3 enemy players left in this game. The game right now, 16 total to 16 total. This is literally tied up right here, going into the final portions of the game. 3 potential points out on the field right now. 3 enemy players roaming around, all 4 players constantly roaming, trying to find the last players. 3 potential points on the field, and both teams are perfectly tied up right now. Myth right now launching himself around with the jump pad, trying to get to the action as soon as possible. It seems like right now Hysteria actually has a little bit of an edge alongside Hamlinz, who might have found the other players on the map. Looks like they might have. They're all converging on this one location. It seems like this might be the fight. 3 players remaining, neck and neck, even points right here. Hamlinz going right in, getting some shots on. That's 1 knock. 1 more knock with an Elam would be the win for the TSM Boys. This could be it right here. Gets the knock. He needs to finish these kills now. If Hamlinz finishes these kills now, they might not have like an idea about the points. They're so focused on kills, they're not really showing the scoreboard. But if those knocks are finished, and they do it, TSM neck and neck to the very end. Hamlinz getting those 2 quick kills. Myth finishing up the final kill, winning by 3 points overall. What a showing. That came down to the wire. Wow. Great job by Myth and Hamlinz. Hamlinz is loving it. He is fairly new to the tournament scene. While he's been doing a lot of pro scrims, a lot of stuff with TSM and all that stuff, everybody's been talking about how good he is. He shows how good he is in random queues and such. Myth, though, also has been constantly criticized by the community as somebody who can't really clutch up and really secure their wins when it counts. Now doing so over a duo such as Ninja and Hysteria. Great showing by Ninja and Hysteria as well. That was neck and neck to the end. That was losers semifinals. That's top 4 teams right there. So Ninja and Hysteria placing 4th place in this tournament. That is an incredible showing compared to how many other really well-skilled, very skilled players are out there in these brackets. So 4th place, nothing to scoff at. They did a fantastic job getting this far. Myth, though, so happy right now. Guaranteed 3rd place. Hamlinz relaxed, smile on his face. It's so good to see that. These guys are guaranteed at least the top 3 position in this tournament and are guaranteed in the money at this point as well. So beautiful job. Those guys at the last minute final fight, they were able to secure the victory. Hamlinz was just a little bit faster on the pressure there, and the Myth using that jump pad to close the distance, secure that last kill just in case. Because in that situation, we know the scorers, we're keeping track, but those guys are so focused on getting as many kills as possible. They don't want to take time to look at the scoreboard. That's just wasted time. No matter what, there's no negative to constantly pushing, trying to find more kills. But the positive of it is they're not wasting time of looking at a scoreboard, and they can go and get those kills just like Hamlinz and Myth were able to do, head of the curve a little bit, head on the roaming. They had a little bit better of a bird's eye view and were able to scout out the enemy players at a farther distance and made the progression happen there. Man, that was to the wire. Any team could have won there, just depending on where the enemy players were. Either team could have won. Hamlinz and TSM Myth there. Winning it for TSM, really proving that TSM is doing a great job in this tournament. There's actually 3 TSM members remaining in this tournament in the final 3 teams. Of course, these two with Myth and Hamlinz. High Distortion is actually the one that's going to be meeting them in the losers finals here. So it's going to be a battle of 2 TSM players versus a TSM player and Avery, who I don't believe is currently signed to any team. And the winner of that is going to meet the FaZe boys of TFU and Cloaksy in the grand finals.